Previously on the Novympia channel. Hi, how are you?
And coming up,
Who the hell is Edgar?
Dr. Oren Exorcist. I find you very rude.
The Novympia channel is made possible by our gorgeous patrons who get access to the most unappealing crap you'll find anywhere on the whole internet. Cue the snafu! Do.
I was
that was the
the
Eurovision thing, isn't it? Why do I always think of something? You start.
No, the last few videos we've spoken over each other and messed it up at the beginning. So I thought I would just take a seat back and let you lead us into
temptation.
This week's video.
Not like you to take a seat back. What does that mean anything, does it? I'd like to publicly just put on the record state that I think Nova's outfit is ugly. It's so... What is that? Do you know who this is? It's very like that woman in the silver dress that was like, oh, girls, going out tonight. Tonight we are gonna get crazy. Welcome to this...
Very classy, sensual, talented, and demure lady.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
Today we are going to be giving you everything.
I'm giving you... Stop it!
We're going to be giving you our top 10 for Eurovision, the Eurovision Song Contest 2023.
Yes, our joint top 10. We have combined our scores and we now have a top 14 that we are going to inform you of and discuss.
Well, here's the thing. Look, we did this last year before, probably a few years before that, and I thought this year our top 10s combined, if there's 14 overall, it means there's a lot of crossover, and I thought, well, that's, you know, interesting, isn't it? Because we're not really the same. But last year we also had 14. It's the same,
really?
Same as last year.
Oh.
Who cares?
I've got lipstick on my teeth, have I?
That's the least of your problems. Okay, so look, if every year it's the same deal. So using the My Eurovision Scoreboard app is what we use. If you're in the Eurovision fandom, you'll be aware of this bastard app.
I believe the official Eurovision app has kind of like pinched this idea. I mean, it's not really a very unique idea, but you can now rank your top 10 in the official Eurovision app. But we like the My Eurovision Scoreboard app because if you
the OG
pay a premium, you get all the national finals as well.
Oh, don't tell them we pay for that.
Well, of course we do.
Oh, that's so sad. We're gonna start with the country that is last in our combined top 10, which is a country that Nova gave 1.2. I gave it nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So this is Israel.
This is Israel.
I'm gonna stand it like a unicorn out here on my own.
Feminine now.
It's not though. What? I hate that bit.
Do you want to see me dance?
I really don't.
Do you want to see me dance?
I would like to see you dance in that. Mainly because if you were to dance, it's so shoddily constructed, just fall apart. This is Noah Kirel.
Yes.
And the song was
Kirel.
Kirel. What did I say?
Kirel.
No, you're wrong. It's Kirel. And it's Unicorn. And I'll quickly say my piece because I don't have much to say about it. But to me, this sounds a little overworked. I never really appreciate when Renela Hajati, you know, it's a song that sounds like 10 songs in one. Does nothing, absolutely nothing for me. This is all Nova, as evidenced by this look.
What does that mean?
Well, go on. Why have you given this a point?
I think she's an amazing artist. I think this song was a bit of a disappointment, I have to say, because of her back catalogue. She's a massive, massive superstar in Israel, also internationally. If you look up her music videos, always big budget, really like big pop stuff. And she's got a lot better songs than this. I'm not a big fan of the title. I'm already slagging it off. However, it's a fun dance track.
It's just a slice of pop.
It's really, really catchy. I like that it's kind of a hybrid of like 10 different songs put together because I do think there is still a cohesion through it. I don't think it sounds too disjointed. There is still like a what's the word?
Don't say follow through.
I could do without the song being called Unicorn. The power of a unicorn. I could.
People call me unicorn.
The ending of this song, when she goes, "Do you want to see me dance? That last bit, if there are any K-pop fans watching this, I'm sure this has crossed your mind already. The marching band kind of sound with the brass and the drums is so Blackpink. Every time we listen to it, we always go, Blackpink! Like over the top of it. Ra-da-da-da-da.
Watch me.
The idea that there's like a dance bit tacked onto the end of the song for choreography is very, very Blackpink.
Okay, also, we were looking for this song on YouTube, not having heard it. We thought we found a clip of it, and we found this.
Baby, don't call me unicorn, 'cause I'm capybara from Holland.
People call me unicorn!
That was shared so much as well.
Someone out there needs to know. Someone will know what that is because we screamed when we heard that, and we played that in the car.
And I'm a pantera.
I bought an alligator from someone.
I bought an alligator from the mall. So that was that's the last one.
That's
we have
one
got
point between us.
we have got one here though now, which again I've given this nothing. You've given this 2 points. This is France.
C'est toujours faux pour être vrai, mais c'est jamais trop.
Évidemment.
I don't
really
hate
like
this. I don't hate this. I would like to just say that I do find this year interesting because there's like 8 songs I think I'll listen to after the show's done with, but there is like literally a pile of 15 songs where this is included. It's Lazara and it's
Yes.
Évidemment.
Yes.
I don't hate it. I really don't dislike it. I quite like it, but it's just not gonna get up there. There's so many songs for me like that.
I'm so excited to see how she does this live because she as well is such a big, what's the word? She's a big
Woman?
artist, performer. I was going to say personality, but that's not right. That's not the... She's got such a strong, like, image and aesthetic, and she commands the stage, and I'm interested to see how they stage this. The first time we heard this, we thought, oh, yeah, this is France. This is the most French thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Super French.
And then it gets into the évidemment, boom, 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 and the bass guitar comes in. Is it a bass guitar? It sounds like it. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's a disco song.
Bass guitar.
Shut up.
Marching band. Did you miss a couple of music lessons? I
That
was
does
so
sound like a marching band.
bad in music. I was so bad. We all had to stand up and say our scores out of 100, and I got 5 out of 100. And the teacher laughed at me.
She's a good live performer. I've not seen her do this song yet. She's done it acoustic.
Has she
or
done
something.
it? She's not done it live yet.
Not
Okay, interesting.
properly, no. She's done it acoustic at some show, and there was a clip that landed online. And if I'm going to be completely honest, it was a little pitchy, but I guess because it was acoustic, like it wasn't
You'd know
the full
all about that.
production.
I don't dislike this at all. I don't know if I'm ever going to put this on.
I think she's a queen.
Let's talk about the next one. This is a country that you've actually not given any points to. I'm
tables
thinking
and turns.
you're going to feel the same way about this that I do about France. I've given this 2. This is Norway. So Norway is Alessandra, and it's Queen of the Kings.
Queen of the Kings.
King of the
Queen of the Kings.
Queen of the Kings.
She Queen of the Kings. Nothing about us but my wings. Got raven hair.
Oh, she calls. Oh, it's not. She doesn't do it that high, though, does she? So why am I doing it like Marlena Ehrman all of a sudden? No, don't bring her into it. Cut. For me, when you reach like the 9th and 10th spot, and then maybe all the way down to 16, a lot of those songs I really struggled with rounding out a top 10 because I kept thinking like, oh, maybe Cyprus I could give a point to. There's so many. I do find the year to be on the weaker side.
I disagree now.
because
now that we
I'm
have
not-
our 37, I disagree. I think it was a good year.
I'm not immediately like, oh, that one's a bang. Like, that's got to go there, that's got to go there. I'm a bit kind of like, oh, well, I'm not really mithered by a large swath of these songs. This one, when it first came out, I think we were slightly surprised that it won Grand Prix because I think, well, we thought Ulrika would maybe have done it when she performed it live. Then we were like, oh, okay, that's a bit...
Feel my soul slide out of my ass.
Alessandra's song is a little bit derivative, but I've come to kind of appreciate it more, and now I quite like it when it's on.
I like this song.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
it's a-
pretend I don't like this song.
It gets the
However,
party
I
going.
think it is the single most overrated song in the entire competition this year.
Well, I probably
do
would agree.
I think people need to calm down with putting it the top of their list, saying it's got winning potential. No, we'll be lucky to see this in like the top 5. Like, I don't think it's going to reach that high. I like her a lot. I think she comes across really well in interviews. She's a really good performer. I really like her. I think this song, we have heard this so many times before.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me, and I really wish that we had something a bit more interesting being sent from Norway, especially after like Subwoofer, which was so interesting.
I could see it. This is a top 10 though, don't you think?
I don't know. I think it's a bit boring. And I don't like any of the visuals that have accompanied
I
this
think it'll
so
be a
far.
top 10. I could
don't
see
like
it.
how it was staged for Melody Grand Prix, and I didn't like her outfit. I don't like the music video.
I don't do windows. I don't do carpets. I don't do bathtubs.
The video is a bit thrown together.
So I'm not sure how they're going to package this.
It does seem like they're a bit lost with it. I don't know. We'll wait and see.
But I like her. Alessandra, I like her. She's real fun.
It will be fun when we're there, like singing it. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
exactly. That's what I'm
party
saying. Like,
starter.
I'm slagging it off, but I'm not going to pretend I don't like it because I do like it, and I will dance to it.
But this is my thing though for being like, I don't find it a wildly strong year, is that this is in my top 10 and I don't even really like it. Okay, well the next one, I've given this some, you haven't. This is Greece.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. Assholes make sure.
I think it's really interesting how much you like this song.
Okay, so it's Victor Vernikos.
Is this-
Probably a very bad way of... Yes, you know what they say. What they say.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say.
It's funny because on paper, I don't think I should like this. It's a little Ed Sheeran-y. It's that kind of area.
It is.
I'm choosing to go more like Dean Lewis. I feel like it's more that kind of side of things. So the first time I was listening to this, I was like, oh, maybe this isn't going to be for me. But something about this just speaks to me. I don't know. I think this is really going to be...
He's got a lovely voice.
Gorgeous voice, especially for such a young artist, and the lyrics, it's very kind of just like stream of consciousness. It's very like all of it sort of bleeds into one another. It's quite sad. It's a bit of a weepy, but I do think this has the potential to be a bit of a dark horse.
I think there's too many songs like this year. There are too many men with
What
guitars
else is like
doing
this?
singer-songwritery songs.
What else?
Well, you could say that like Azerbaijan is similar to this, and then I would lump it in with like Slovenia and
Oh my god, just because they're men.
yeah, and they're doing like singer-songwritery style songs. I think there's just a lot of that genre.
I can't see how on earth Slovenia and Greece are in the same conversation. That's wildly inaccurate to me. I think that's the dark...
Slovenia is a much more produced pop song.
You put
I
this
prefer
dress
more.
on and you just lose all sense of reason. What do you look
I
like?
stand by it. I'm saying there's a lot of songs in this genre, and I think this is not the most dramatic or catchy song. You're right, it is quite melancholy, and I'm wondering if it can cut through.
I think basically Nova sees men, and she's just like, I don't like men.
It's not true.
I only like pop bitches. Anyway, I just really like this. I don't know. It ramps up a bit, and I think that it's going to be a bit of a moment on stage. I think they could really do something with it simple. They could do something arcade-ish with it, not over the top. It is what it is. But I'd like to see it qualify.
I think it's a tricky tempo because it's like not fast, but it's not slow. It's kind of like just.
It's sort of like medium. I like it. I'd like to see it qualify. People are really saying it's not going to, and I think it might do.
I couldn't care.
Little plug here, by the way. We're going to do it at the end, but just in case you don't reach the end, because you're like, this is ridiculous bullshit. We are doing a special prediction video for what's going to qualify just on our Patreon. Patreon.com/Novympia. I've got a really horrible sinking feeling that Switzerland is going to qualify.
Don't see it.
Switzerland.
This is in 10th place now. Again, you've not given this anything. This one is a strange one, though, because this is Spain. I gave this 4 points. This is a really bizarre song because I don't actively go to put this on, but when it's on, I'm kind of like compelled to just stare into it and like absorb it and like...
This is a song that's moved around in my rankings several times.
I love it. She is so good. It's Blanca Paloma, and the song is called...
I feel like the best way you can experience this song is to watch her performance for the first time, because it's not a song that I would necessarily want to listen to without watching it. And then once I've listened to it several times, it's borderline annoying. But the first time you watch it, it is really hypnotizing, and it's quite captivating.
When you watch her do it live. When I first heard this, I hated it. It's one of those songs where I'm like, oh, that's so annoying.
I do think the general viewing public are going to react well to this, because they won't have heard it before.
She hits
and
a great
it's
note
be
at
staged
the end.
well, I'm sure.
Oh, the way that she did it for the Spanish national final, her outfit was sick, the staging was sick, her vocals were 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
She hits this banger of a note at the end. The whole thing is just like so authentic. There's nothing forced about it. Israel.
There's nice like percussion underneath it as well that make it very like... I don't know how to explain it. It feels very mystical.
It is very that. It's a bit. Oh, you know what it reminds me of? The same thing happened. I hated it so much. I was like, turn that the fuck off. It's so annoying. And now I really like it. Same thing happened with Nicola Roberts' Beat of My Drum. The first time I heard her go, I was like, Nicola.
Yeah, I instantly liked that.
Wow, so. Nicola. Please. No. No. Nicola Roberts' Beat of My Drum. People say it's the best song ever recorded. I heard that. Okay.
Definitely one of the best songs.
One of the top 5. Okay, let's move on to, this is our 9th place. So this is the first one we've both given points to. And this is Ukraine.
Don't get what you say, don't get how you feel.
How many did you give and how many did I give?
So you gave 3 and I gave 1. The thing is, with my 1 pointer, so 10th place, I literally switched it out 5 times before we went to air. And at the last moment, I took Cyprus out and put Ukraine in because I thought Cyprus was a bit embarrassing to have in your top 10.
I don't think much of Cyprus at all.
I like it, but it's a little bit like, oh, been there, done that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's out of Ukraine. You probably wouldn't expect this sound out of Ukraine.
Yeah.
But it is fresh whilst being kind of a bit of a throwback.
We loved this instantly from the national selection. It was such interesting staging. I like this styling. These guys look so great. The only thing, this is ever so slightly slipping down my ranking. I did have this a lot higher initially, but I have concerns about the live vocals. They just, I don't know if we're on vocal rest or what it is, but I thought about it in the national final as well. There isn't the power behind this vocal that there is in the studio cut, and there needs to be.
Bit damp.
It's just a very soft vocal. I wouldn't even say it's like pitchy, it's just soft, and I want some more strength, because it's such like this song has such attitude to it.
But it's also very easy listening. It's not very challenging. It's just kind of like, look how I just... So this is Tvorchi. Is that how you're saying it? Heart of Steel. I think maybe because it came out as one of the first songs that we had of the year. It was Ukraine and Albania.
It was
the first
song.
Oh, it was the first. People may have forgotten about it a little bit.
This is one to watch. Do not sleep on this.
Yeah, it will do well. I don't think Ukraine are winning, though. It's a real conversation, isn't it, about, do Ukraine have what it takes to cut it again?
But if this gets top 10, it's because it deserves it.
Won't be surprised.
I don't want to see any conversation about sympathy votes.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
If this does break top 10, it deserves it, I think. I think this is good, and it is. There's nothing else like it this year.
I'd like to remind everyone that you are watching Novympia's Eurovision Song Contest 2023 Top 10. We'll be right back. Whether it's for yourself or a very, very on-off current lover, I, Data Jenks, am doing a limited run of personalised tarot card reading videos which are available now on Nora's website for a very, very reasonable and pricely sum. The link to order yours can be found in the description box just now. I am fully qualified in the art of tarot, so I can't be held responsible for predicting that you will be crushed by a large grain silo. That is the commercial...
What just happened?
Commercial break.
What?
Commercial break in the middle, wasn't there?
Welcome back.
So before the break, we were at our 9th out of 14. We're going to move on now to number 8, which is fairly high in this list if you really weigh it up. But you've given this nothing though, which I'm surprised about overall. And I know a lot of people are going to roll their eyes, but this is Australia.
Promise me it's gonna be alright.
Now, I would like to preface this. Obviously, I have a very, very deep-rooted interest in anything Australian. I just think it's so fresh. However, there have been several Australian entries that I want it known that I think they were terrible.
Have been bad ones.
I think there have been some garbo, and I'm not just doing it because it's like, oh yeah, woo.
What's happening right now?
This top is cheap. Okay, so Australia is Voyager, and the song is called Promise, right?
Yes.
Wow, I've never really considered the name of the song. Promise, right? I think it's called Promise.
I don't know.
That's weird. It will have come up anyway. They were real close to representing Australia last year, and
yes, they came second.
they did an internal selection this year. Very, very happy that Voyager are doing it because we loved Dreamer last year. We listened to that. We listened to the shit out of that. Now, when we first heard this song, I was a bit deflated because I thought it wasn't as good as Dreamer, and I was a bit like, oh, that's too bad. But every subsequent time I've listened to this, it's been like, oh no, hang on a second now. For people listening to this for the first time, it might hit home, might be a good one.
I preferred Dreamer, but I do think Promise gives them more opportunities to do things on stage. I think it's a more dynamic song, and I think it's got more potential, I think, to translate on stage.
The staging for this, Australia are very good with staging, and this, I think, is going to be no exception. I really think this is going to be a moment. It's closing out is it the second semi it's closing? So I think it's going to be a moment. They can't rely on the novelty of being Australia anymore. That's well gone now, but I do think this will qualify.
I like this a lot. I just like the songs in my top 10 more.
And I think
the only thing
I
do
if they
like this though.
Stage this well, and if the vocal is good,
The vocal will be good.
It's gonna be alright. That was either excellent work or, more likely,
Shit!
Or more likely,
not good.
yeah, I do like it, but I just don't like it as much as the songs that I've got in my top 10.
Which
Simple as that.
includes our number 7 entry, which again, this is all Nova now.
There isn't that much
This is
overlap there.
this is a swapperoonie, I think, for us. This is Estonia. I like this.
I'm under
do
no
like it.
illusions of how well this is going to perform.
Well, I thought this would do better when it first came out, but it seems to have really slid down. This is Alika with Bridges.
I don't know. I think people just don't want ballads this year. I don't think that's what
There aren't many.
that's what the audience is in the mood for. I think the fact that this is one of the few ballads might be a good thing for it, but I don't know. I think people want to dance, people want to sing, but I love this. I think her vocal is incredible.
Yes.
I think the lyrics are really quite poignant.
She's a very, very competent singer.
She is
one of the
very
best.
consistent. I loved the music video. I think there's potential to do some really dramatic staging here, and I think because it is a piano ballad, this will
Quite
be
stripped down.
quite a breath of fresh air wherever it ends up in the final, because there isn't really anything else like this.
Does stand out. I think it should qualify. It definitely should qualify, and I think it will qualify. It's one of those though for me, which is like so middling. It's like Moldova. It's nice when it's on. I'm never going to put that on. Switzerland. All right,
This grabs me though. I think there's just such power and emotion in the vocal performance. This I always think has really got something special about it.
I wish the last note, she held that for a little bit longer though. Just a tiny bit longer.
She might do in Liverpool.
She better
but
do,
I
or I'm
quite
gonna have
like that
words.
it's short because it's so like, it's just drama. It's like she's done.
You like everything
And then
short,
it's,
don't you?
then it's silence.
Very, very short.
Like my patience.
There could have been... Wordplay. Could have been a few extra inches on this garment.
I can pull it lower.
Yeah, but then your whole tit would flop out. Now, I find this next one on the list, which is coming in at number 6 for
We've
us.
both given this points.
I've given this nothing.
Oh my god.
I don't know how this keeps
Such a liar.
happening. This is a very strange situation. This is Serbia.
You've given this nothing.
I've actually given this nothing. I will say though, this for me is like when it came to doing my 9th and 10th positions, this is right there. It might in my overall list, it might be like 12.
What did you put in 10th?
10th was Ukraine, I put, because I thought Cyprus was a bit embarrassing to have in your top 10. I can't pinpoint what it is about this song. This is Luke Black.
Summer is a spava.
Okay, that.
I just want to sleep forever. Spava.
Hello.
Game
Don't-
over.
I'll cut that bit of me just saying hello. I went cross-eyed. I can't pinpoint what it is about this that is stopping me from loving it. I like him. I would very much like to see if he would be interested in some kind of extramarital kind of moment.
He looks like a child.
Oh, okay. Oh, we should probably check how old he is.
I'm sure he's in his early 20s, but he looks like a child.
Yeah, no, I think he's older than that. So cut that. I just don't love it. Like it's nice when it's on. It doesn't excite me. A lot of these songs just do not excite me. The overall sort of package is thoughtful and there's a lot going on and it's very engaging, but as a song contest, I've never gone to put this on.
That's so strange to me because I literally disagree on every single point. I think this is so exciting. I think this is fresh. I think this is absolutely fascinating. It's so layered. And it takes you on a journey. There's a story
like
to
a
this
tiramisu.
song. There's a story to this song, and then at the end you realise that it's all apathetic sarcasm, and actually he really does care. And the presentation is so cool as well. I would like it to be the inspirations to be a little less obvious. If we could give a little bit more of a creative spin to the inspirations, like I don't actually need to see what are they called, like the robots, the mechas in the background.
It's very Matrix.
I could have something a little bit more unique, but the vocal, I love that we've got the whispering, we've got the talk singing, then we've got the kind of like not screaming, but at the end there's the very like.
You know what it is, Nova? It's very dynamic. I think is what you're trying to say very ineloquently. I think that's probably what I'm not sort of clicking with, is that there isn't much. It's more of an art piece. There's less of a song there. I don't sing along to this because there isn't really much to sing along to.
There's that
yeah,
bass
you do,
that
and it
comes
sounds
in.
like you're having some kind of seizure in the
There's
other room.
that bass that comes in, and it's that great kind of dirty bass that you feel in the pit of your stomach, and it just contrasts so much with the I love the outfit, the styling. I don't want to tweak that too much because a lot of people are saying that they don't like the outfit and they'd rather he was wearing something like from Cyberdog or something. I like that he's in this kind of
I don't mind
romantic flowy blouse with his like tousled hair. I like that.
He's very
juxtaposition.
interesting. I think he's very interesting, and he's obviously got he's got a big career ahead of him because he's just got so much going for him. It's just, I don't really click into this all that much. I don't dislike it. It's like so many of these. I just don't dislike them. They don't sort of set a fire under my ass. The next one is the first song that we have the same score for.
We get the same score.
The next one we get exactly the same score. This is our 5th place. This is Austria. Who the hell is Edgar?
Dr. or an exorcist.
Oh, thank you. God, I was worried I was going to be stuck like that forever, especially if the wind changed. Remember when your mother would say, don't pull that face. If the wind changes, you'll be fucked up.
I always forget, is this Taya and Selena?
I believe that's correct, yes.
I always get the names wrong.
The song is Who the Hell is Edgar?
Yes.
And for a long time we were like, oh, you know what is this going to be? It's going to be an absolute mess. And I think that a lot of people, when they see this for the first time, are going to be very confused by it.
Yeah.
But there is a real kind of sadness undercutting the kind of daft quality to this. It's really kind of, it's a message song. It's obviously about, ghostwriters and artists artists aren't paid.
I don't know if you should take sadness away from this. I think you should take anger away from it. I think this is an attack.
They're very close, Nova.
Yeah, but I don't think you should take... I don't think it's a sad song. I think they're pissed off.
They are next door neighbours, those emotions, are they not?
Sure.
A psychiatrist might say that. Doctor! Attend in psychiatry, please.
But I feel like sadness has connotations almost of weakness, whereas I don't think this is that kind of song. This has got a strength to it. They're on the attack.
Oh, and thank you, Dr. Freud. Listen, we play this all the time. We sing along to it. I think when it gets into the real kind of, I'm your padre, it's just there's so much going on, and it's a crowd pleaser. It's a party starter, and to me this feels a little like it almost occupies the same space as like Constructor did, where there's a real message to it, and there's a real kind of, you can break it apart and analyze it, but it's also an easy party goer.
This is much more accessible than Constructor, because even if this was not in English, you would bop along to this because it's so catchy.
But Constructor was she 5th in the end? Do you think this is going to come that high? Could do, actually.
I hope so.
Do you know
this
what?
is another one that I
Could
don't
do.
think we've seen live.
Oh, that's
and
true.
I
Could
think
be.
it depends how they stage it. Do they lean into the kitsch, the Edgar Allan Poe? The music video is very clever because they're in like an office and there's typewriters. That's a very cool aesthetic. Do they lean into that? Do they not theme it and just do something more unique? There's a lot of question marks about the presentation of this, and I think that really matters for this song.
Actually, that's a good point. We haven't seen them do this yet, and you know, we were talking about, it was Austria last year as well when the song was Halo, and that was a real fan favourite, and they get out there and you know, whether
awful.
she was not really prepared to
just
sing this
staged
live,
badly.
it kind of fell apart. So we have to wait and see for that. But if it goes to plan, I think would be a top 10. It's really popular.
These girls have some great pipes. I really like the rapping verses. I think was really unexpected, but they've got the right personality and the right kind of attitude about them. They really
and there
pull
are
it
a
off.
few songs this year where the rap is very divisive. There's a couple of songs where it's like, get rid of the rap or the spoken word bit.
This to me is effortless. Like, this is so... I don't find this try hard at all.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's also accessible. There's so much going for it. So we've put this quite high.
Yeah.
The next one is coming in at number 4 on our list, and it's the United Kingdom.
Instead, I wrote a song about how you did me wrong. I could have cried at home and
You must have this higher than I do.
I've given this 7.
Oh, so
I think
I've
this
got
is
8.
a bop. And I am told this is a bop. This is Mae Muller. I wrote a song, and we reacted to this when it first came out. Oh shit. We'll put a little thing up there. First came out and we were like, we've got to go upstairs and watch this and react to it, because obviously we know last year we were starting to have the conversation of, okay, the UK are turning around their fortunes. Maybe this is going to be a bit of a breaking point. So this year was very important to keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
And we like this. It's not coming
I really
for the
like
win.
this.
I don't think it can compete for the win in the context of a competition.
No.
But it's very easygoing. It's not overdone. It is exactly what it is, which is like summery bop, which you can sing along to instantly.
It's
super catchy.
very self-aware. I think it's very needed this year as
God,
well.
it's needed.
I'm glad that we've sent a female pop artist doing a commercial, radio-friendly song. It's catchy. There's choreography. She sings this well live. I'm really excited to see what we do with this in Liverpool.
And she has the same energy as Sam Ryder in terms of being
The enthusiasm.
pro-Eurovision, enthusiastic.
She's so excited to do this. She's so excited to meet the other acts, to say hello to everybody. She's doing all the pre-parties. It's just such a nice attitude to have towards the competition.
She realizes what an opportunity it is.
Yes.
Sam did exactly the same thing and really appreciated the opportunity to do this, and she's exactly the same. So she is an absolute get for us, and I think the best we can hope for is like a top 15. If it gets into the top 10, I think it will be certainly towards the bottom of that. But that is absolutely a win.
I think the best we could hope for this, and I can see it happening, would be 10th place.
Which is an absolute success story.
I can imagine that happening, and that would be, like you said,
it's
absolute
a
success story.
Top 10 would be wildly successful.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, whether the staging for this is a huge question mark.
I'm very excited for that because Sam Ryder's staging was so left of field, and it was such a surprise, and it was very, very secretive right up until the rehearsals. I'm hoping this will be as impressive. I'm not saying we need a massive, huge prop that opens up, but I want it to have the same kind of
do you know what I'd do?
Artistry about it.
I would start with my starting point for this. Something like, you know when people get dumped and they light a fire and they throw shit into it that was like possessions from the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Something in that kind of area.
It's not one of your best ideas.
I think it's a great... I've got makeup on my body. I've used that one a few times.
I just love her.
Instead I bummed a swan.
I love Mae Muller.
Yeah, shout out to you, May. She commented on our video. What a queen. That's why we gave her a few more points. Okay, now we're getting into our top 3 now.
So we've got the same top 2. I don't know who's going to be third.
Who was your third place? Oh,
Serbia.
Okay, so our third place then, combined score, is Czechia. I can't tell you. Now, I am heartbroken that this stopped being the front runner. Because my favourite thing about Eurovision, one of them, is when we get a new first-time winner. And the Czech Republic, Czechia, they've never won before. So when they picked this song, I was over the moon thinking, oh my God, they could come for their first win. It's just so joyous when
I still think this could win.
That happens. I can't see it now.
I think it's possible.
I just can't see it now. I'd love that.
It's hard to know how this is going to be received. This is Vesna, My Sister's Crown. This is a girl group, a sort of unconventional girl group. They come from different parts of Europe, and there's about 5 different languages in this song, including Ukrainian and
Czech,
English, Bulgarian.
Yeah, that's the lot, I think.
Oh, so 4 different languages.
I think so.
There's something very special about this song. It's definitely a message song. I like the styling. The video was so good.
So it's just kind of face value is a song about gender inequality and empowering women and sisterhood, which is excellent work. And all of these women kind of bring something slightly different. Like you said, visually.
Yeah.
I think on the stage, they really have to nail a little bit of cohesion going through the presentation in total. So it doesn't end up looking kind of all over the place,
I don't
possibly.
need to worry about that.
But the song itself is such a grab. The first time I heard this, I was just like, never been so proud to be Bulgarian, Ukrainian, Czech.
The verses are so powerful, and then the chorus has these ethereal harmonies that it's a really good combination.
Catchy. I literally thought I could speak whichever language it is during that would be Czech, would it? Sister Kasiva. Maybe that's the Ukrainian part. My sister's crown.
I could see this winning. I think there is a lot of competition when we get to kind of the top 5. I think there's some real strong competitors there, and it will depend a lot on staging and ultimately how the audience and the public are feeling on the night. But I see this has potential.
Choose love over power. Sister Kasiva. Does make me think of Orphan Black.
Sestra.
When she said, was she called Helena and she kept saying Sestra?
Yeah.
Does make me think of that. That was so great, wasn't it, that?
Yeah.
To my sister.
That's my number 2. Orphan Black. Tatiana Maslany. She was great.
She still is
Probably
great.
is. I haven't seen her in something in a while.
She was in She-Hulk. She was She-Hulk.
Oh, she was.
is She-Hulk.
Yeah, but I didn't watch that. Crap.
Oh, that was great.
Okay, listen.
You'd lose her against this backdrop, wouldn't you?
You'd lose her. You'd lose her in that dress. Because she'd be hiding out of embarrassment. Our number 2 is, I think at this point, the rest of the video is probably going to be, I'm afraid it's fairly straightforward from here on out. I'm sure you can easily predict what's going to be second and what's going to be first. In number 2 for us, we've got Finland.
Yeah, this is so good.
I think he's so handsome. I think he's just an absolute
He's
snack.
very, very cute.
And what can you say about this? Like,
I have to say, I was rooting for Benjamin in the national final.
well, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were going to do something.
No, I'm just,
Oh.
my thigh's stuck to the leather.
I was rooting for Benjamin, but this was not my favourite, but it's now like my second place. I love this. I listen to this a lot. I am obsessed with this.
There are two songs that have given me goosebumps this year. It's this one and the one that we've got joint first. So we've both put this second, and our first place we've both put first. And there's something about this, when I first looked at this, I was like, this is the most kind of intense, it's like an assault on the senses.
Intense.
It's kind of like the song version of Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a bit like that.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
There's a merging of styles going on here. It's a bit kind of heavy metal, but he's rapping, but there's kind of like a pop moment at the end.
But it does all make sense, and I think that is such a mark of like somebody who
Skill.
really knows what they're doing. Whoever produced and wrote this song, I think really, really have a good idea, and whoever staged the national final as well.
the whole thing.
To
is-
bring in those cha-cha dances in the hot pink with the bright white flippers, giving us that extra element of chaos. This song is chaotic, and I think it is supposed to be. Like, that is the whole idea
bit
about it.
sexy.
But it's arresting, and you cannot look away.
We didn't say his name.
Cardia.
And it's called Cha Cha Cha. I mean, it's just a party. It's an absolute party starter.
It's crazy, it's party.
I would like to have a crazy party with him, with the lower half of him.
Right.
Thank you for your song. The actual
so
production
excited.
alters as it's like he's telling a story about going out and drinking and having a party, and
He's not really feeling it at first.
no, but and it ramps up and up and up, and it changes, and by the end he's on the dance floor with a load of pina coladas. It's just easy going.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Nova, we've reached our number one.
I think everybody knows what this is. So many people have written to us. No.
So many of you have written to us.
Messaged and commented asking us to react to this song, and almost every time I reply saying
The most important aspect of acting is not being fat.
it just feels redundant.
It's redundant
Because we've been listening to this virtually on repeat and we love it. So what could we possibly say about it?
It's Romania. No, we're not being mean. We're not being mean. Don't be mean.
This is Sweden with Tattoo from Lorraine.
Real quick though.
Yes.
It does appear to be just like a real basic handbag gay opinion to be like, oh, we want Loreen to win. We personally are sort of obsessed with her. The only song of hers I don't really listen to that often is Euphoria. I think after we were introduced to her when she won in 2012, was it? Like, Heal is one of my favorite albums. We just listen to everything this woman does. She is astounding.
Yeah, we're big fans.
We did-
I'd say the vast majority of her discography.
If you'd like to watch a lip sync performance video we did for I'm In It With You, which is like one of my favourites. Just
I
obsessed
also
with
loved
her.
Under Itan. I thought that was a beautiful song.
My favourite of hers is probably Sidewalk. I don't really know why.
Sidewalk is
I love
good.
that one.
What was the most recent one she did as
Oh
well?
my god, Neon Lights.
Neon Lights
We
is
sing that
great.
in the car all the time. We knew we were going to like her song.
For those of you who don't know, this is her fourth attempt at entering Eurovision. She succeeded on her second attempt and won. She's tried again since then with a song called Statements. And I can see now why that did not get her to Eurovision and Tattoo did. Because this, to the average listener, I think most people remember Euphoria. I think Euphoria was one of the first Eurovision songs of our generation that kind of had international success
It
and
really
radio
broke
play
out.
internationally.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people in the UK would remember Euphoria. They might not know what country it was or what year it was, but they would know that song. This does sound a little bit like that. Different enough and fresh enough, but it's... You can hear this and you'd be like, oh, this is the one who did Euphoria. And I think that's very clever at grabbing people because there's a familiarity to it.
But it's a bit flipped in its tonality because it's not euphoric, it's a bit dysphoric.
Yes, yeah.
It's kind of a sad banger, which is my favourite genre of music is sad banger.
Yeah.
The presentation, the outfit that she's been wearing to perform this at Melody Festival, etc. It's a kind of, I mean, she's Moroccan is her heritage, so there's a kind of, it's a little Mad Max, but then she's got sort of like braids that hit her ass. She's
And
got
it's
nails
like
out to
it's
here.
like leather, isn't it? Tan leather with like braiding in the
it's
outfit.
gorgeous.
She
It's
has
beautiful.
henna tattoos, these really long crystal nails.
Everything's been thought about.
I want this cut and paste into Liverpool.
The sandwich maker.
I want this cut and paste exactly the same. I want the lighting. I want everything exactly the same. I've never ever seen a performer sing or perform in between two LED screens. She's lying down. First of all, like singing lying down is really not easy.
Do that.
And then having the LED screen above her, gradually pushing it. It's so interesting.
But see, here's the thing. If we're talking about which song is coming to win, based on what we know at the moment, Sweden, Finland and Spain, based on their national final performances, don't need any tweaks. I think they don't need anything done to them, which is why those three are really in that area. Czechia's national final performance, okay, their national final was tiny and a bit sort of rough, so that's hard to say.
We need to see something of theirs that's polished to the level of the other three.
But I at this point in time, I just personally think it would be I would be surprised if the winner wasn't one of those three. Personally, I do think Loreen is going to win.
She's a very consistent performer. I think we kind of know what we're going to get on the night.
You know what I hate though? Okay, last year we also had 14 in our top 10, and we also had Sweden as our number 1. It's so basic, isn't it?
Well, they're just doing well. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
I just would like someone new to win, but I'm sorry, but she's just good. Like, what can you do?
And it would be really fun for her to win the second time.
She'd win twice. She'd be only the second person to ever do that. First woman to win twice. I'd love that.
I think she's deserving with this. I really do.
God, she's deserving. Okay, that was our top 10. What the hell do you think? Who the hell is Edgar?
That's one of our sound alerts on Twitch.
Oh, thank God, you took so long then. I was panicking. If you'd like more of our Garbo, I've got these lovely sleeves and I haven't used them for my magic.
Your magic.
The magnificent, wondrous link. If you want some more stuff from us, exclusive Garbo, head over to our Patreon, the link of which will be arriving just presently.
Who the hell is Edgar? If you're curious how you can support us in other ways for no cost whatsoever, please subscribe to our channel. That is a big, big help for us. Just click the subscribe button just down below.
Okay, you always do this out of order and then I'm absolutely flummoxed. Do you think after nigh on 5...
Or you always jump onto Patreon and
10
really
years.
do subscribing first.
Oh, see, we've got absolutely no work around it. Although we... I don't know what happened then. It smelled like... I went somewhere, it smelled like seaweed. Some of the guys on Patreon get birthday shout-outs now, including...
But not limited to...
Baby, don't call me unicorn.
Was that nice?
You'll see when you watch this back.
Oh, no.
For April 5th, Max. Happy birthday, Max.
Happy birthday, Max.
For April 7th, Sam and Joseph. Oh my God,
happy birthday, Sam and Joseph.
Happy birthday.
What was that?
And for the 9th, Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday.
April 10th, we have 3 birthdays. We have Brian. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Rory.
Happy
And
birthday, Rory.
Jordan.
And happy birthday, Jordan. We've also got a bloody Twitch.
Yeah.
Don't bother saying it anymore. That joke's done with. We do gaming over there. If you want to join us for game night, which is usual every day more.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yep.
Yep.
Mercredi.
Lundi. Mercredi.
And Friday.
Dimanche. Is that Friday? Dimanche.
I have no idea. I could not do
Lundi,
French.
mardi, mercredi, vendredi.
Is that every...
Samedi.
Is that everything? Everything?
Everywhere. All at once. We watched this the other night. That's what we keep quoting.
Oh.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Busy day to day. No time to help you. And it's Edgar Allan Poe to our brand new patrons, Suffolk Twats, Ms Dill 27, James Pratt, Christopher Bengtson, Jack Turner, Julia Amador, Justin Time, Kai Reed, Chris Grousotton, Luke Gallagher.
I wish I had a drink. What are you drinking?
Pepsi Max is gross. There's nothing else in.
I've got some water that I'm not going to grab.
No, you can't now.
Do this first.
Never in it now.
Join the Patron, we'll do a shot of Patron.